Hey everybody, Jason here at Brett's Brick Builds. This episode we have the Lego Technic Ducati kit number 42238, the Ducati Desmo450 MX factory bike. 457 listed pieces. They got listed as a 10 plus. Number 222 Ducati there. Got Desmo MX, Ducati 450. Ducati Corse, which is like their racing designation. In the back here, we've got the gold chain going. It's all set up. Rear shock. I'm interested to see that. I don't think I've seen one of those before. And then we have the bike itself here. Detail of the side of the engine. And anyway, buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be a long one. 457 pieces, but I just picked this up today. It's at the store. And here's the thing. They put it out a little early. It's not supposed to be out yet. It's not supposed to be out till August 1st. Like if you get on the Lego site, it's not available yet. It's just a coming soon, so let's not tell anybody. Let's see how this goes. This guy. Somebody was definitely on board with the glue on this one. 2 days later, box still being open. There. As I mentioned several times before, it's very hot here right now. I've got the AC turned to where we shouldn't hear it come on, but we may. So if you hear it, just know that that's the sound of money going out the door. So let's see what we got. We got some tires. Our decal sheet. Who was putting these decal sheets in that they keep getting folded up like that? All right, these are thinner decals than the others, so I think they'll wind up being okay. But come on, Lego. There we are. Got our tires, off-road tires. Bag number 2. Bag number 3. Or 3. We'll go under bag 2. Bag uno, which is where we'll be starting. Bag 4. That's all we got. 4 bags. Got our instructions. Got our wheels also being set. Just take my word for it. They're here. They're just sitting slightly off camera. Put our box over here. In case we have to. That's the sound of one of the wheels trying to roll off the table that I caught in time. These guys over here. Go ahead and dump out bag number 1. Shall get started. As I was curious of the shock. Shock is pre-assembled for us, but nice look there with the yellow spring. Yellow spring pretty common on most motos, off-roads. I always wonder why. Maybe the powder coat is cheaper at that color or something. Not sure. Okay. As always, the bags appear to be empty. We don't throw them out until we actually confirm that the build is complete. We get the book open here. Like I said, this is going to be a long one, so we'll get right into her. Check my alignment there. There we go. We're doing good. Okay. I had my setup torn down. Had to put it back together due to grown-up responsibilities and whatnot. So let's see. yeah, I was walking through the store because I got my eye on, you know, kits that are coming out or due out on August 1st. And walked through the store and I saw they've got that Technic section. They had a couple. Well, it was basically just a kit I didn't recognize. Some kind of, I forget what I'm gonna say. Like, I should have looked it up, but I didn't. But it was one that was a car, and you could switch out some pieces. I was like, oh, I think that's a new one. I haven't seen that before. And then I did that thing where you walk by, and then you kind of stop, and you go back, and you go, hello. And they had 3 of these, and I was like, I'm gonna buy that. So I picked it up, and one time I went to buy something where I bought this at, and they had a thing where they were like, oh, we put those out too early, you can't buy that yet, which was really frustrating. But you know, and I thought surely that was going to happen when I took it up to the checkout to get it, but no. And I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna buy this definitely. Plus I had a $6 coupon for any construction doors, so that was, I mean, that just cinched it. I think we're good there with that. So Ducati jumped into the off-road racing, not sure exactly when it was, a year or 2 ago, I do believe. And I gotta admit, off-road racing I haven't really been following as much as I used to. Supercross and motocross, because they kind of combined them and the points thing, and I just kind of was like, I don't know if I think I'm kind of done as a spectator there. So we have this, and this. I'm assuming going on this one. I think we'll find out here. Hopefully they have one in a few pages where it shows you how everything lines up. So we're going to keep going on here. So we are like this, and that appears to be what I have happening. Okay. Here. Here, and 2, I guess, yes, this a little room, maybe a little more room. So what are we doing here? One of these are going here, these 2 from the far side, which is a great comic, by the way. Here. This is plugging into that. And this is like that. This is going to come through here. Yeah, okay, so the third. And it's just straight across there. Okay, so we have a clear cylinder head, which I like. That's nice. You can see the motion inside it. Wouldn't know it's a 35-mile-an-hour road out there sometime. If you guys didn't hear that, that's all the better for you. Upside down with it, right? Okay, then we have the piston assembly with the offset, I guess, cams. You call them cams. I would call them cams. I'm calling them cams. Through there. This is the bottom, okay. Just kind of slopping in there. But we will drop that in as it's showing us to. There we go. Same principle as building a real motor. If you're building the real one, don't throw it on its side after you put the piston and cam assembly in there. That's not really a cam. It makes it run like a cam. It's not a cam like with the valves. It's what gives you your up and down motion of your piston. All right, and then this is coming through from this side. It's showing me that that's going into the, or at least as I'm looking at this, this is going into, there it is. How to get those quads lined up. As we turn this, we have our up and down piston motion there, which is what we're looking for. So that's good. Okay. Blue in there, black is going to pop in there, and two back, yes, and then this is going to go up here. We're lining up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements at the same time, and that went amazingly easy there. I am going to take and push this back. So we've got our yellow stud centered up in there. So good job. Now it's showing us this. Seeing that. It sure looks. Is there something I'm not seeing? Sure looks to me to be what we're doing here. So I'm going to continue on. We will find out that it is either fine or what can only be described as a horrendous disaster. We'll find out together. If you watched this channel before, certainly know it's not the first time I would ever have to possibly take something back apart. Pieces are the lineups. Sometimes, you know, the lineups, it can be a little difficult with everything so far. As I curse myself by saying this, everything so far is lining up pretty well. See what we're doing. Let's go over here. Pop in there. That piece is going to pop over that. And that's going to go. Down. They almost tricked me to put it in the wrong side. I got it. I caught it. Caught myself catching it. Gear going on there. And then you gotta go in there. Have another, should have another, no, it's not that, it's one of these. Don't know if I've ever seen that piece before. Gray, and then a check, make sure we have the right, I guess these are going to be foot pegs maybe? Pass for foot pegs in this model. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. We've got another one on the other side. Paddle. Right, there we go. So both the paddles are the same way. I think I believe that that is our what we're using for foot pegs. this way. This is going there and there. Excellent. .90 with studs through both sides. Black pins and 2 of the short blues. Go in each corner. Black pins. This is there, and there. So into the engine block. There's one thing about the Technic kits. Rarely do you get the right side, left side, opposite hand one. They usually have to do some adjustment to get even spacing from one side to another. There to lock that together. There we are. It's telling us to turn this. It's giving us our up and down piston motion as we were wanting. So good deal. We got this looking to be a cylinder head. I haven't seen one of these real Ducatis in person yet, so I can't say the accuracy of this, but it's kind of, this is supposed to be like the radiator, or go on this way. All right, so I have this, and that goes this way. Okay. Going on there. So we've got the cylinder head on the top of the motor. We don't really have much view of the piston, but it just depends. Depends on what amount of detail you're trying to find. Oh, okay. We're gonna set this aside, and we're starting on a different level of the build now. Middle, another one of the blues, and it's going to go through both to line all that up. Okay, so I'll set that there. So it's a subcomponent of a subcomponent that we are starting on now. Two of these guys. pile's getting smaller. There we go. There. This piece and this piece. There. Okay, so put this on. I've got a element here in the instructions. You see here showing me placement and depth of where I'm going. Two pieces, and we're gonna call that pretty close. Right there. And that way, and then that's going through there, but it's not set up there. So we have rear shock piece again, which is pretty. That's pretty impressive. And gray, we're coming through. Now we have this piece. I kind of jumped ahead. Should be all right now, though. And this is going to go here. Okay, there we are. Subframe piece. Bottom. Right. We have this piece is going there, and it's going to go between here. We're going to tilt this back. It's going to go there. Okay. Let me get a drink here real quick. There we go. So that's going through. It has to go through there. There's only one way it can really go. There we are. Okay. This guy, and there are piece going through here, piece going through 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I had to count them real quick, and then 1 here. This is all going to line all of this up. So this piece to go on between here and here. There we are. And that is pretty well centered again. So that's nice when that happens for us. That's going to go back here onto the connect it to the right piece. There we go. There are the angles. The physics of the hypotenuse works now. Most likely the first time you've ever heard that combination of words on any given Lego channel. Another sub situation here. This, that, it's going that way. So we will put that there. A little red stud piece, pin stud, I guess you'd call them. Gray into a red. And that's going through from this side. Another one of these yoke pieces, I guess you call them. There. It's going to go to there. And lining up 5 pins at the same time. Right on there. That was nice. Now we've got a gray. And we're going to get it started here. We have a yellow stud here. Start that. And then we have a picture showing us our lineup. And then, so I'm going to do, I'll push this through. This is going to go here. It's got to be vertical so that the gray goes. And I'm going to assume centered. I'm making an assumption here. We'll find out here in a bit. But I'm going to hold that up there. Look at that. I see. It's kind of locked in there. Okay. All right. Spares over to there. Right, and bag number 2. So far so good. Only had to make a couple minor adjustments. Always, if you watch the channel, you're tired of hearing me say it. Open the bags, dump out the contents, hold on to the bags until we're sure. Oh, that is weird. You rarely, the way that all the chain pieces are just in there like that, usually they're in their own little separate world, but okay. A little different than usual for Lego, but we'll keep going, Lego. Usually they tell you, you know, the chain pieces are in like their own separate bag situation, but not this time. More of the blue stutters. doing this twice, so we've got 2 of the grays. Quartered long stud pins. Guess that's what they're called. I'll just make up the names of pieces here. You can choose to name them yourself. Again, I know it's not critical. I just like to have them both going the same way. And that's going to go, this is this way. That's going to go there. And that's going to go there. Piece here. It's going to be what this is. Sure, how these components are going to come together. No, that was the right one. The quarter pins, and then a round flat. Kind of locked in together, but not all the way yet. Oh, that's because these are going to do that for us. One on each side. This will give us our stand. Plate. So I'm gonna use my displayer, hold this plate into place, give me room, and then we've got decal number, assuming 15, yes, 15. First decal going on. Hey, I gotta tell you, for our skill level of decals, this here is a home run. This is incredible. We'll pay for that later, I assure you. That went on that nicely and centered there. So our stand, being a race bike, it does not have a kickstand. So this way with this. And this is going to sit on there like that. Okay. Okay. And I like it. It's just sitting on there. It's not attached to it, and it kind of holds itself on there. Obviously, you flip it over, it's going to fall off. But I am happy with that. So now we are going to build our exhaust. Our long piece here, which it tells us, and then it has the other piece, but it's telling us we want this longer one, so we will use that one. Got one of those gray, and then we should have a 90. There it is. Here. There. That's going to go in through there. These guys on either end of the 90. Here. maybe. I'll try something. See if this goes easier in this way. Did kind of. And then we'll put this here. See if that goes in easier here. Kind of did. Can't say with 100% that it did, but it kind of did. So we have this like that. All right, so we've got it's going to come in here. It's going down. This is going to wrinkle up, and you got to tell me, Lego, where it's going to go on that other side, because that piece just can't be flopping out there, but it's not. So that's going to come up and go into there. Difficult because it goes there. It is. Okay, we got her there. So and that is pretty, that's a pretty accurate of these modern bikes with their exhaust bend. That's a pretty nice representation of a modern bend. So we set you there. Now we've got the rest of the exhaust here. Come around on. Three there. Couple, two of these guys. We have a long. Oh, okay, I see. All right. That way, this out of there, like that, and then this through. There we are. Pretty good of the muffler. Pretty good representation of the muffler. Representation of the muffler. I'm tired. I'm not tired of Lego, I'm just tired of, it was a long, long day. Okay. Got the rare black quartered pin. This guy with, that's not it, that's not it. Bueller, there it is. Okay. So this is going to start there. This is going to go 90 down. Go there. It's going to go on to here. Tie that together, and then we've got our exhaust. What do you say? Our exhaust port, or exhaust pipe end. This with the triangled exhaust piece there, because they have kind of some of these newer bikes have some kind of newer, fancier bends going on in their exhaust. It's going to go there. This is coming to here. That's going to go onto there, and that's going to go to, okay. I see what's happening. as a plus. There we go. Okay, so we got our whole exhaust system there. And again, I know if you don't know anything about dirt bikes, this is not this swoopy bend here, very accurate. I am very pleased to see that. I think that's pretty good detail they've got going on there. All right, so we've got this sprocket, and then we have a white gear. And they are going to go and push. That's going to go to there, all the way there, and then this is going to go to here. Like that. Now I'm going to put our chain together. So I don't usually speed up on normal builds, but I got to do this 43 times, count them out, click them together. So I'm going to go super fast mode here, and we'll be back in just a second, but I'm not going to cut away. So here we go. Click. Come through and we'll put this on. Shown. We'll go here and here, and that will go through the middle there. Okay. All right, and that's pretty accurate because you got the roller for the chain to ride on. So we're okay so far. Then we are around to the other side. This gear is going to go on this opposing side, which is kind of accurate because you would have your clutch going into you'd have the engine driving into the clutch basket transmitting over to the shaft. So we will continue on here. Put a collar on here. We've got a black piece with one of these plugs. Okay, then that's going to go on here. It's going to slide over there. We're going to lift this up. I can't work sideways like that. I appreciate the, put the stand on step, but okay. This is going to get this all tied together. We're going to put a swing arm on. So let's build our swing arm, and then we'll be able to have everything, that chain won't be just hanging there. There's about the same length, so it's going to be one of those. Do that again here. The other end. There. This. There. Good deal. What else are we doing? This. Two white studs going into that. And we have this long ray. It's going to be flush there. We'll go on to there. And then we have this stud there. White stud piece. There, and a red collar for Ducati red. because it's Italian. It's going to come through there. It's just going to go that way. So we got a spacer collar here, and this is able to turn because it's going to be our rear axle. Rear brake rotor. That's a pretty big brake rotor for a rear wheel. Struggled with talking there for a moment. Drop that collar, put this on. Okay, now we're going to take one of our wheels and one of our tires. These put on. These tires are very soft, thankfully, because that's a big radius to pull these things around if they weren't. So get the bead set. I wish it's like in real life where you can blast air into it and pop it on, but you can't. So just use the thumbnail workaround method. There we are. Now we're on there. So this is going to go right on here. Come on now. There are 2 more spacers here. 1 a spacer. 2 a spacer. Here, back up on the stand because that might actually help you right now. So I have to come in from this side. Okay, I think I see. Okay. So from this side here, we're going back. Through the shock here. And if we come through the shock, we've got another of the red collar spacers. This is going to be right at the front. Pushed in there even. This is saying, hey, your chain goes over that, and I say, yes, I agree. Now we're going to put the chain on. Chain's going to go over the rear, what we're using for a sprocket here, which was kind of a crazy big rear sprocket. You'd be wheeling this bike like there's no tomorrow with a sprocket that big on the back, but we'll go on. We'll continue on. I gotta be honest, I feel like this would be easier. I don't know why they had us do the chain this way on this build. This is not conducive to success. Here, let's get this. Okay. Chain on, back onto the stand. And now we got the other side of the swing arm's going to happen here. Make sure I'm looking at this right. Look back on this other page, make sure that there's. Box real quick. Keep going here. There might be one extra. Do I have an extra link in here maybe? It's coming up like that. Oh, okay, I see. Once the other side of the swing arm goes on, that's going to pull that tight. All right. Okay, so let's set this there. Let's build the other side of the swing arm. I think that's going to take, because a dirt bike you would have more slop in your chain because you have so much up and down movement of the suspension that you wouldn't have with a street bike. But you never want your chain like tight. That is not good either. Pieces there. We have this piece going there. This going on top. Spacer. It's going to go here through there. Now this should, if I'm seeing this correctly, help. Yes, that pulled that chain situation right where we wanted it. Okay. Get this off the stand. We're flipping her over. These two going here. Very much like myself, I put that on upside down. All right. Pull that. Pull this off here. Pop this off. So this has to go this way. Again, that's me. So line you up, you go there. That goes here. You guys tell me I did that back. Everything is good there. Now we'll go back on with this collar. Okay. So flip this back over, and then this works now. This is going to go on the front of the swing arm to again help with rigidity and everything. As soon as I can get this one to start. Naturally it doesn't want to because it's going to be difficult. There now. Oh, okay. All right, so spares. Bag number 3. Or 3. Okay. Bag number 3. It's twice as nice after you pull it back up off the floor. Okay. Here we go. Alright, empty. Bag 3 sub bag. Oh. So bag 3, not even going to say it. You know what I'm going to say. Okay. Set our forks and our disc brake over there. Just kind of get the bigger pieces out of the way. Where are we at here? We've got these, and we need one of these, and we need a collar. So collar go there. This is going to go here. It's just going to stop at the first, and this is going to go here at the bottom. It's also just going to stop at like the first spot. Now I'm going to set this over here, or slide that over that way, because we're going to build the front fork assembly. As we are being shown to do. The other way. This goes up there. Okay. Another of the T shapes. So we got like our triple clamps there. We have one of these, no? One of these, yes. One of the yoke type pieces again, as I would call them. Here. Here. Like this. Okay, it's going to slide in there. That's going to go push in this way. Okay. Other 90-degree here. And then we have 2 of these. that. There's a lot of structure to this front end. A lot of structure. One of the forks here. Okay. There it is. I was wondering what's going to pin that down, but there we are. Okay. Now we have our front end, brake disc. That's not it. We need the longer one. Get two of these collars on there. We're going to put them on as shown, and then we've got our spacing and position shown here for us. Give us a guide for start. That way. A little more over that way. There we go. Our wheel put together here. And much as the other side, we're going to use the thumbnail to pop the bead method. We're still not there, so you kind of got to take it up. And there we are. In real life, you'd have the tube on, and even if you were doing like a run flat or a moose, you could still pop it in with air there. And usually, even with a moose on it, you can get enough to have the air push it into place. But we shall see. Okay, so there's our 1-to-1. You want to be centered. And I think we're looking pretty good there. Over here, another collar going on here. Collar on there, good deal. Come over, we've got our other so we have our front end for the most part. Like this. Yes. There, and then behind that we have one of these golds. Black, gray. It's going to go on there. Okay. Flipping this over to the other side. We have another so we got another gray, another black stud, these, This one is also going to go there. And this is going to go onto here. So again, just kind of doing like we did on the other side. Then we're going to do this twice. So it tells us. That. That. Okay. Set this over here. Another subassembly for a subassembly. These two guys coming in from this side and this side. And it looks like we're centering this yellow stud. So I will do that, centered, or a reasonable facsimile thereof. Here. Number 5 is alive. Fine looking pieces. These 4 stud type guys now. Okay. And then we have going to be essentially our handlebar bends here. That way. There's just a mold mark I'm trying to put to the bottom. That's why I'm looking at them so close. Here and here. And this is going to go. There we are. Over. There. Front fender situation. Okay, a couple decals are going to go on here. All right. Got a sunburst pattern that's happening. I can't do that till I do this. I'm going to do this. All right. Which side first? 5 and number 2. So number 2 to here. Here, as soon as I can get it started peeling. Peel it, there we go. Not bad. This side's going to be a little more difficult, I do believe, because I kind of got to hold it upside down. That sheet toward the bottom. almost on center. Sometimes it's a little easier if it's cheated a little more toward the top or the bottom. Okay, it's time. There. And this is going to go here to essentially hold that together. These two. There. Let's come over here. Where are we attaching here? We're going to the middle. In the middle. Okay. Okay, there we are. Push that on. Now we're here with this piece on this side. There we are. This was up and that's going to push. I see. Okay. Pushing this through. I was wondering what was going on with that because I didn't have another one. I was like, if that's supposed to be one on each side, I am short a piece, but I am not because that is together as it should be. Now we have the couple of decals here. This one here, the black Ducati badge. Here. Fairly centered, fairly centered. We have number plate. Creative use of the roof piece there. Decal kind of cut toward the end. I will take the blame for decals being off center on the piece. I will not take the blame for the decal being off center on the let me do this the other way. The die cut being off center on the decal itself. So there we are. And that's going to go up there like that. Now we have this. We're going to put this on here. There we go. Now we're standing a little better on the weight of that to pull the wheel off the ground there. That's what we needed. All right, we are on to bag number 4, the grand finale. Pretty good. Home stretch. this is all we got all the functionality there, much like a real dirt bike. This is all of the body work to make it pretty at this point. So I don't know what the story is with the little B piece, so we'll set that there. All right. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's that little B piece right there. By coincidence, I didn't know it was coming in that early, but there it is. Should have these. This okay, that is saying this here. Let me get this. Again, I have trouble working when it's this thing's just getting bigger and bigger. Okay, don't know what the story with the B is. We've got one of these types, a couple of the blues. There we go. These, and then one of these. Here, put that going the other way. Spacer. It's going to go into here. And then two of these guys out the side. It's going to go on here. Oh, that's going to lock this together. Okay. It's going to like, this is going to be like the air box where you'd have the filter and your air intake, essentially. And we're going to do the same kind of here. So we need another one of them flappy pieces like this. Blue quartered stud piece. And another of the binocular type guys. Again, just making up names for these people. I have no idea what the proper Lego purist out there just screaming. That's not what it's called. Okay. Okay, to make sure I'm good there. I am. As good as I'm gonna get. Okay. Two of these guys. 3 of the quartered red studs. There we are. What do we have here? Yeah, I see them, but I don't see them. There's one. Then the opposite hand, the brother. One. Like that. All right, so these are going to go here together. We've got some of the quartered pieces going out that way. This is putting these two together. That. And you're telling me that's just sitting there for quite know what you're telling me there. Like, oh, I see. Okay, that's going to come up. All right, was doubting quickly, but I see what's happening now. This is going to be like the rear of the seat. 21, 22, yes, yes. A couple of the yellows. A couple of the black studs are going to go here and here. That's going to pull those together. Flip this up. It's going to go through there like that. And there we got our seat assembly. Okay. Set that off camera for a minute. Now we have similar, but with the reds. Stud pieces, these guys, 2 of the narrow block parts. Okay. Again, it doesn't really matter. I just like to put the split on the stud where it shows us the instructions, because I like that. Here, got a couple of decals again. One factory Ducati logo going on here. You know it's factory because it says factory. Do the try to get them to line up reasonably with each other. Could be rather hit or miss, especially with me doing decal application. I'm going to call that pretty good. Pretty good for a man of my skill level. Here, two studs lined up at the same time. Not always the easiest. There we go. So I say not always the easiest, and it goes right together. Okay, so we have number 5 or 3. Yes, 5. And then a 21. That's a 21. 2 black studs. This is mostly just cosmetics. This is just getting it to kind of look like something realistic. 3/4 guys, or half size flat piece. Stuck it there. Number 9. There's a 9. 2 black, and I know you're saying, well, why? You know, it's a 9. You can tell what it is. It's your eyes will play tricks on you, and if you've got like a right or left hand version, sometimes of things, it can get a little weird. All right, so we're back to there. We have another yellow, another red, and a black kink. Or we should have another, there it is. Okay. So it's going to go here. This is going to go here. And that's going to go through there. Ooh. And 90 degrees, there it is. I knew that was there because I saw it several times. I was trying to pull a proper piece to go on here. So you're like this. Oh, so that's going to go on like that. Now we've got got a decal here, number 4. Same way, you gotta get her. Too far off the bottom there. The long ones can be difficult sometimes. If you're like me, you're not good at the little ones. The long ones are just worse. I know it's not going to be perfect, but I'll call that pretty good. If you're at home going, I could do better than that, I fully believe you. Okay. So we have this, and you are going to go on to here. Where are you going? Oh, okay. I see. Well, I see the principle of it. Realizing now the size of this build has gotten a little out of hand. There we go. I assume we're going to do the opposite hand. Yes, we are. Okay. Spin you around, set that there. And we shall begin again on the opposing side, which will be easier because a lot of these, there's only one option for pieces for me to grab now. don't have to keep going. Is that the one that I want? Is that the one that I want? Okay. There it is. Red. As far as it can. Pushes that on. It's always faster the second time. Goes. This guy, another of the 90s, and two of these. Decal, last of the really big decals, so not sorry to see that be the end. Is it as anxiety inducing to watch as it is to actually do? Boy, that was frighteningly easy. So we got the side rear quarter body work on. Two of these are going to go. Let's see what we're doing. Backing of like the fuel tank. Okay, both of those are on. Have another sub-assembly. Red, blue, cap guys. Here, there, there, that. Is this supposed to be the radiator cap, I guess, maybe? Okay. Here. Black studs. Flipping it around, and then we're going with number 62. 62. Here like that. I'm still looking at it the right way, that is. We have a 8. 8. Like that. Looks to be. 3 and then a black stud. See what's happening here. So that's there, that's like that. Okay. And that's coming on this way. And one of the 25 is the live ones. And there. Okay. Flip this. 3 decals here, kids. I've got the Desmo450. Last one. That's going to go on here. There. Okay. It's on there. It's on there as it's going to get. Okay, so we got the shroud and the intake there. All right. Now, other side. Alrighty. Red. Here, I'll build that assembly again for this side. Okay. So I need the gray going on to the yellow. Get it in the order it should be. So I'll have it on backwards. If history is any indicator. Have it on backwards. If history is any indicator. You guys didn't stop me again. Again, second time around is always faster. there. Let's go down. These two will both pop in. And we have our the last of our decals. And the way that they were kind of folded up, they're thin enough, it doesn't really make a difference, but you know, that's the third kit in a while that I've built where they're kind of distorted a bit in packaging, like they're a little mashed up. I can't say I really noticed that until they started using those paper bags. So I wonder if that has something to do with it. I don't have a conspiracy on it or anything. I'm just saying I don't know. You know, what's the deal with that? This going on here again, as the one on the opposing side did for the shroud setup. Don't put it on upside down. That's one of the first things is going to be. If you don't put it on upside down. Okay, let's put it on the right way. That is a much better look. A much better look if it's not on upside down. Okay, now we're doing this twice. It's going to be our clutch and brake levers. Okay. There, similar to there. Pretty good. Angled down a bit, more than a bit, pretty severely angled down, but that's pretty much how mine's set up, so I can't really be too picky about that. And we'll put on our grips. Let's set that there, and we have the Ducati 450 completed here. Let's take a closer look. I think I might have popped those on, not even being on screen. All right, here we go. So we've got, set our stand over there. Got our assembly here. We got working front suspension. Got working rear suspension. And we have our chain drive here. You can see in there, get a peek at our piston moving up and down. It's got a, I mean, it's so close to being the angle of the steering head in relation to the tail or the body here where we're sitting is a little wonky, but I mean, if you're not like me, a really picky motorcycle guy, I think you'd be, I mean, either way, this is a nice build. This is a fun build. Went together really nice. Worked out well. Only had one or two things, and that was me doing it, you know, me doing stuff. sideways or wrong. But little odd there, the way that we're not concentric here. We have the bracing on the one side but not the other, and that may be the real bike. I don't know. I haven't had a look at the real bike, but either way, nice build. I think I'm most impressed with the exhaust layout, as I've mentioned like 30 times, and the fact that we've got the actual drive into the clutch basket out to the other, so that's realistic. I mean, you can get real picky. The front wheel should be a bigger diameter than the rear wheel, but I'm not going to do that. This is that's a fun build. I would recommend picking it up. So stand there. A nice stand. And that is it. So that is the Lego Technic kit number 42238 Ducati Desmo450 MX factory race bike. 457 listed pieces. Set to be listed for August 1st. Supposed to be on sale to the general public. I was sneaky, got a hold of one. What can I say? If you'd be good enough to hit us with a like and subscribe, we'd appreciate it. It helps us out, helps you out, helps the channel out. We'll be back in the near future with some more new builds, and we hope to see you then.